And welcome back to Champion Spring in Mad Life. Support carrying his way to the MVP in game number 1, and you really can't argue with that, can you, Papa Smithy? Whenever a good play was to be made, Mad Life was the one making it.
I mean, you can just reduce it further. Whenever CJ Entus win a game, it was probably Mad Life. Let's be real. Now has joint 4th in the overall MVP standings. Mad Life made things happen. It's a consistent trend, blowing both summoners early in this laning phase. It was already a bad one for Afreeca, but blowing both summoners made it just a really, really troubling one. And then when the game needed to be won, he was the one that did it right at the last.
Yeah, look at this. Bubbling.
This is Lyra missing the spear to get first blood and then getting owned from it. That should definitely have been.
Look at this. Somebody needs saving. Mad Life is there.
Oh, look at this. Look at
I love it.
Camera angle. Love it.
Sick. He's like, don't worry, I did this with ambition a lot. I love it how whenever characters dash in this game or get pulled, they like run into the air.
I just love how Mad Life played this engage. Walked up, tried the death sentence, flayed, tanked the turret so that Lulu could get free autos.
Well, he flashed the gravity field to get that play too, which is pretty sick stuff. Look at that.
Mid-pounce hook.
How do you do that? You beat Mad Life, that's how you do it.
That's right. Gave up his life, but it's worth it. How far there, but this is the end of the game where Mad Life's like, well, I'm chunked out. Whatever.
Time to win. Look at that. Sees the 3-man play over the wall.
There were so many other ways the game could have been won, but guess what? When it all came down to it, it had to be Mad Life.
Yeah. We are back on Champion Spring. Ixu with the MVP in game number 2 on that Lissandra. Made a lot of plays. 80% kill contribution. Not too bad for a top laner.
This teleport play right at the start kind of set the tone for the game. It was a really nice teleport roam. There was no way for CJ to respond fast enough just because Mickey was the first one to the engage. Good play from Afreeca, and honestly, very clean game from them.
Yeah, I mean, they seized the dragon control early on, and that was really the key to victory, in that having all those dragons kind of forced CJ into a lot of positions they didn't want to be in.
CJ were trying to freeze lanes when they were just under the threat of 5th dragon so early, and then push had to come to shove eventually, and this final collective fight where just honestly CJ just had the pressure dictated to them in every single way. And
wow, that was really nice. Flash W into self-ult.
Yep.
Oh. He had a lot of really good plays. That was a great Lissandra game.
Good to see Ixu now. Welcome back to OGN Champion Spring, and Kramer getting the MVP
Game number 3 between CJ and Afreeca. That is a pretty high gold per minute, isn't it? And 100% kill contribution. Wow.
100% kill participation. Usually
Dude.
we're looking at Mad Life for numbers like that, but this time it's Kramer, and just like the Rocks Tigers, it seems like the CJ Entus players are stealing votes off each other. Only Kramer and Mad Life have picked up MVP points, I believe, so far this season for CJ.
Yep. Sharing is caring.
And this was the big turning point where they got the 3-man cluster onto, look at those members though, Corky, Ezreal, and Lissandra. The 3 main damage dealers knocked up. The snowball from there was real for CJ Entus, but this time, so much more decisive.
Yeah. This was just a great gank onto Songyun from Mad Life and Thresh. They had all the CC exactly where it needed to be. And
the
again,
story, right?
This one looked a little bit dangerous for CJ, but they were able to come together really well. The coordination was great.
So out of context, it looks dangerous. The big thing there was that Kramer had just bought QSS. Lissandra got into the back line, didn't know about the QSS, instantly QSS, Wild Growth in the right position. Team fight win for CJ, so just not respecting that item pickup as they got it. And this was the end where Kalista scripts around, gets plenty of kills, eventually died, I believe, but